Hello students, today I am going to cover critical path method and project evaluation review technique. In my previous videos, I have covered the chapter transportation problem. So the last module in our syllabus is critical path method and project evaluation review technique. So before understanding critical path method and project evaluation review technique, let us understand what is a project. So a project is a number of interrelated activities which uses limited resources in an organization. It might be men, material, machine, money, time, etc. So this project has three main phases, that is planning, scheduling and controlling. So these three phases are involved in the projects which are large and complex in nature. So what are the examples of large projects? Those are construction of power plants and highways or shopping complex, ships, aircrafts and research and development projects. So these are few examples of large and complex projects. So in such projects, three main phases are involved, as I told earlier: planning, scheduling and controlling. So why we need planning and scheduling? So planning and scheduling is needed in order to produce the best possible results. So whenever the managers are planning for a complex projects, they have to keep the keen concentration on planning and scheduling, because in order to get the best possible results. And why do they need controlling? So controlling helps them to immediately react to the dynamic conditions. So what are the dynamic conditions? Which are ever changing in nature. So to such conditions, controlling helps to react immediately and make necessary changes in the project planning and scheduling. So in such case of projects, so PERT and CPM, I mean project evaluation review technique and critical path method, helps the managers to plan, schedule, control and manage the large and complex projects. So as I have told earlier, project management generally consists of three phases. Those are planning, scheduling and controlling. So what is planning? So planning involves setting the objectives of the project. So planning is a future course of action, what is to be done in the future. So we identify what is needed to be done in the future by setting certain objectives, and also we will see what are the various requirements in order to fulfill those objectives. In the first point, you can observe a network diagram. The word is used, network diagram. You are going to understand in detail about the network diagram in the upcoming slides. Next, let us go to scheduling. So scheduling, in the sense, it is based on the time estimates. So for each and every activity in the project, so time is estimated. So activity A, how much time it takes, activity B, how much time it takes, and overall what time is required to complete the project. So likewise, time are estimated, so that is called scheduling. And third one is controlling. So controlling is analyzing and evaluating. That means comparing the actual performance with the standard performance. What is the standard here? As per the planned one. So actual progress is compared with the plan, and then if there are any differences, so the resources are reallocated. So this is called controlling. So three main phases of project management is planning, scheduling and controlling. Now let us understand the brief history of PERT and CPM. So PERT, project evaluation review technique, it was developed during 1950s. It was developed and used in conjunction with planning and designing of Polaris submarine missile project. So first PERT technique was used in the missile project. So, and critical path method is developed by Morgan R. Walker of DuPont Company and James E. Kelly of Remington Rand in 1950s, and applied first to the construction projects in the chemical industry. So PERT was first used in the missile project and CPM was first used in the construction projects of chemical industry. So both these techniques have similar terminology. So CPM has a single time estimate, whereas PERT has 3 time estimates for activities and uses probability theory to find the chance of reaching the scheduled time. This is one of the difference between PERT and CPM. So PERT has 3 time estimates. You are going to understand this in detail in the upcoming slides. First, let us understand in detail what is critical path method. So every project, regardless of its size or budget, has some critical or core tasks that are crucial to implement to its completion. That sentence says that, so any project we may take, so the tasks or the activities will be divided into critical or core tasks and non-critical tasks. So critical tasks are those tasks which are very important for a project in its completion. If we ignore any one of the critical tasks, then project cannot be fully completed. So such tasks are called critical or core tasks. And apart from critical or core tasks, we have non-critical tasks. Now let us take an example and understand what are the core tasks or non-critical tasks. So here I am taking a simple example of making an omelette. Here let us consider making an omelette is our project. Here the activities, as you can observe in the diagram, the activities are divided into 2 categories. So critical tasks represented by blue color and non-critical tasks represented by green color. So critical tasks in the sense which are important for the project to get completed, without which the project is incomplete. So let us see what are the critical tasks. First one is beat eggs, heat oil in pan and cook for 5 minutes. So these are the critical tasks. Now if we ignore any one of the critical tasks, if we ignore eggs, so omelette is incomplete. If we ignore heat oil in the pan, so even the project is incomplete. And if we ignore cooking, so there will be no omelette. So these are the 3 important critical tasks in preparation of a omelette. And when we see the non-critical tasks which are represented in green color, so it is putting some salt, then adding vegetables if any needed, and adding cheese. So these 3 things are not very important. I mean to say, without these things also making an omelette will be complete. But if we ignore any of the critical tasks, the project is incomplete. So this is an example wherein, so critical tasks are those tasks which are very important for a project in its completion. So we cannot avoid critical tasks, whereas non-critical tasks, without which also we can complete a project. So if you had to create a short recipe for making an omelette, it would look like something this. Beat 2 eggs, heat a pan, add butter or oil. When hot, pour in the beaten eggs and cook for 5 minutes. So this will be the short recipe for making an omelette. And there are several other tasks, as I have explained earlier, non-critical tasks you need to perform to make a good omelette. You have to season the eggs with salt and pepper, maybe add some vegetables and some cheese. Perhaps you could flip it on the other side so the eggs are fully cooked through. However, these activities are in addition to the 3 core activities in the recipe. Even if you don't perform them, you still have an omelette, not a very good one, but an omelette. On the other hand, if you forget to beat the eggs or heat the pan or cook the eggs, that means if you forget to make critical tasks, then you won't have anything but a cold pan and 2 eggs. So overall, this example says that we cannot avoid or ignore core or critical tasks in completing a project, whereas if we avoid non-critical tasks, project will be complete. But if we avoid non-critical tasks, project will not be complete, which is to say, the 3 steps in the recipe describes the critical tasks necessary to make the omelette making a project a success. So here these are the critical tasks wherein without which the project is incomplete, and non-critical tasks. Even by avoiding these, the project will be complete. Now let us see the definition of critical path method. So it is defined in the project management body of knowledge as follows. So critical path method is a sequence of scheduled activities that determines the duration of a project. So it is a sequence of scheduled activities, sequence one after the other. The activities which are to be performed one after the other, and for each activity time period is taken and overall duration of the project will be calculated. So this is called critical path method, and these scheduled activities must be performed if the project is to be considered a success. Moreover, they must be completed in a specific order. See, the activities must be performed in a specific order. See, for example, if you are building a house, you cannot construct the walls and then dig the foundation. Obviously, first foundation has to be digged, and on that the walls have to be constructed. So, activities must be performed in a specific order. So that is the meaning of that. And CPM describes the longest sequence of tasks in the project, that is the sequence that takes the most time. So let us take another example to understand critical path method. If you had to figure out the project's critical path, you would look at the sequence that take the most amount of time. So always critical path method calculates the most amount of time required to complete a project. See, here in this example we are taking building a house. So first the activities are divided into core and non-core activities. So in the core activities, digging foundation is taking 10 days, building walls 20 days, building roof 10 days. So how much is total? 10, 20 plus 10, 40 days. And in case of install facets, installing fixtures, install carpeting, so it is taking 2 days, 4 days, 3 days, so total time is 9 days. Now when you observe the total time, here for non-core activities 9 days, for core activities it is 40 days. So which is maximum? 40 days is the maximum. So that is what the definition is telling. So always critical path method defines the most time taken, longest sequence of tasks. So here which is the longest sequence of tasks? Either it is 9 days or 40 days. So 40 days is the longest sequence of tasks. So this is called as critical path method. So critical path method, we always take into consideration the longest sequence of time to complete a project. So by this I've completed critical path method theory part, and in the next video I'll proceed with the project evaluation review technique. Thank you.